Yeah, hi there, and welcome back. And let us continue with our lesson. And in this lesson, we are going to see how to build up our splash screen activity. So let's say you have an application, and the splash screen should be shown at the first screen, or we will show at something like checking for our token key or validating our API key. So we will be using this splash screen to validate something, and if the validation completes, then we will move on to the next step or move on to the main activity or something else. So let us build up our splash activity first of all. So I'll just go and create a new project from here, and I'll just take an empty activity for now and just click on next, and I'll just give a name for my application, like let's say eShop, and you can give any name, and I will be using a Kotlin, and that should be fine. And if I have already a name, I think I don't have the name, Udemy course, and yeah, okay, that should be fine. And I'll be using the minimum SDK of the Android 5.0. that should be of the Lollipop, and that should be fine. Just click on finish, and it should create a new project for us, and we'll be working with that project. And we need to add some of the dependencies. So since the application is loading, let us go to our web file over here, and we'll be adding some of the Kotlin coroutine dependencies for our application, because we want to use some of the suspending function for our application. And that should be, we'll be using a lifecycle scope and the view model scope. So I'll just go to over here, and I need to add the KTX extension. And for that KTX extension, I'll go to the lifecycle over here, lifecycle scope, and I need to add this one, implementation. Just copy this. So lifecycle KTX define the lifecycle scope for each lifecycle object. So for our activity has its own lifecycle, fragment has its own lifecycle. So we'll be making use with this Kotlin coroutines. So if you are not familiar with the Kotlin coroutine, and just make sure you have some basic understanding about the Kotlin coroutine. And if you are not sure how to do it, then you can just go and check out some courses on the Udemy. I have a full course on the Kotlin coroutine where you can learn about it. So I'll just go and add my dependency on my app label module, and I think I'll add it somewhere here. And also I need a lifecycle as well as the view model scope. So I'll just go back and get the view model scope from here. Just copy the extension, implementation, and just go here and paste it over here. If you go back, just make sure you go take it from the KTX extension, the developer.android.com/Kotlin/KTX, and you can see all of the KTX extension over here. And I was talking about the Kotlin coroutine, and if you are not sure about the Kotlin coroutine, you can just go to my Udemy course, or even you can go to my website. You can just go and take a look on I have a Kotlin flow, as well as I have other coroutines for the Android developer course, as well as the other free and the paid course. So you can just go and check it out. And since we have added a dependency, I'll just synchronize this one, and when it is synchronizing, I'll also need another dependency which we'll be using is for our Lottie files. So this is an animation file that we'll be using to show some of the animation, and I hope you guys are already familiar with the Lottie files already. So I'll just go and search for some of the animation, and that is, let's say, loading or something like waiting. I think waiting should be fine. Let me search for some animation. Okay, please wait. I think that should be fine. Some are paid version and some are the free version. Just look for the free or the paid, what you prefer, and I'll be using a free. And then I'll just go to the Android section over here just to make sure I implement everything correctly. So we will see how to implement. Just go and add the dependencies. This is the dependency, and I'll just go to my application and add the dependency over here. And I will add the I will also add the URL, so easy for me to check for the documentation. And also for the KTX extension, I will add the, let us add the, okay, so then I will go to my project level build.gradle file, and here I will add a one ext extension, and then I have something over here that is a Lottie version, right? So I'll just copy this name, and I'll just go and paste it that one over here, which is of equals to, I need to get the latest version from here. So what is the latest? 3.6.0. so I go back over here and 3.6.0, right? So is that correct? Yeah, correct. And also I will separate for the two, so let me go back and I will get this one. So lifecycle runtime KTX. So just copy this, copy it and paste it on the project level build.gradle file. It should be of the underscore. It doesn't allow the minus sign or the dash over there. And I will just create this one and just duplicate it, and I will just go and get this one for the view model scope, and just go and paste it over here, and that should be of the underscore, and this one too should be of the underscore. And let me synchronize it, and that should take a bit time, and then it should be good to go. And I think we will rename this activity, so I'll just go and refactor and rename this one, and instead of the main activity I'll just call it as a splash splash and splash activity, and I hope I spell it correctly, so that should be fine. And over here, and yeah, okay, it's got renamed, that should be fine. Okay, so we have added the dependencies for over here, and then what we will do now is we will go over here currently, and I will go to the activity. So I'll just go to the layout and go to the activity, and I think I will also rename this one, so refactor and rename this to activity main to activity splash. Just refactor that one. Okay, so I'll just remove the hello world text from here, and I'll just go back to the documentation and Lottie view animation to your layout. So we need to add a Lottie view animation. So I'll just copy this code, right? So I'll just copy this code and paste it over. Let me split it, and over here I need to remove that one, paste it here, and close it over here. So com.airbnb is not added, so why it's not added? So did I add the dependency? Yeah, I think I added the dependency. So let me try to clean the project and rebuild it, and I think something is missing, still is giving us the error. Okay, so let us create a raw file over here. So I think we don't have a raw package Android resource directory over there, and I'll just select raw and just create that raw package over, or the raw folder over there, and we need the file. So I'll go and download that file, download from here, and I will use a JSON file. Just download it and save that one. And let us copy and paste that file. So just go to the down and paste it over here, and I'll just rename it as loading, and just refactor that one. Okay, so I have that file, and add raw and loading loading. So let me try to rebuild the application. So just say rebuild, and the build was successful, and let me try to run the application. So let us take a look on whether this error should be gone. So let me close everything for now, and let me try to run the application. So it's building, so let us wait for the application to build up, and I think it's installing already. So let us go to the device over here, and you can see that ammunition is loading over there. I think that should be good enough. So I will just go to the layout again. So where is that layout? Over here, activity, and then I'll just go to the design section. I think I need to constrain it. So let me add a constraint, this one, to the full screen, left and right, as well as top and bottom. And I think I have a match parent and height to, let's give as the match parent too, or I can just give as 0 dp, and over here also 0 dp, right? And that should be the one. So let me try to rerun the application, and let us go and take a look over there, and I think, yeah, that should be fine. And what we need to do now is I will go to the splash activity for now. Don't worry about this one. I think I need to clear the cache, or maybe I need to restart the Android Studio. So we'll do it later. So first of all, I'll just go to my splash activity over here, and what I will do is I will just go and create a let's say a scope. Make use of the lifecycle scope.launch. This will create a new Coroutines scope for us, and what I need to do is I'll just delay over here for the around 2 seconds, right? And then I'll create a new activity over here. So I'll just go and create a new activity, and I think I'll create a empty activity, and I'll call it as okay, main activity, and just finish this one. And then I'll go to splash activity, and from here what we will do is val int and intent equals to int intent, and then I'll just import that intent, and I'll just say get application context, comma, I'll just keep the main activity class, right, class the Java, and then we will start the activity and pass the intent. And it should wait for the 200 delay second, but actually at that time we have to actually go and check for the API key, or you want to do something when there is this delay. So particularly we'll be checking the API key or validating some of the things that we want to do before we move on to the next step. And I'll just run my application, and it should delay for the 200 second, 2 seconds, not the 200 second, that's it too much, and 2 seconds, and then it should launch our new activity. Let's wait for this one, and the application is coming up. So let's see, wait for the 2 seconds. Okay, so after that we went to the new activity or the activity main. So I can just add a new simple text over here and constrain it to let's add the constraint. So I'll just go over here and add the vertically constraint as well as horizontally constraint, and this should be of the 0. And here anything, so I'll just give a simple text over here, or I'll just say main SETIVI, main activity over there. So SETIVITY activity. And if I run that one and let me open the application, and you can see that it's loading, and then we move on to the main activity. So this is a simple way that we create a splash activity. Actually we should check for the network connection and then validate a token or check whether there is internet connection. So all of those things can be done on this, but currently we leave on to up to this one, and we will move on. So on the next step we'll see something more on how to apply some of the more concept on it. And let's meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.